What's going on once again? It's about that time, y'all. It is about that time. I hope you know what time it is. What time is it?
It's time for the Jasmine
It's
show.
time for the Jasmine show. My bad for stepping on your intro.
I'm Jasmine.
She's Jasmine. I'm Vince. Yes, once again, we're back. We're here. We're excited. Ladies and gentlemen, you know why we're here. Shout out to Zion in the room. Zion, checking everybody. What's up? What's up, cuz? But yes, we're here to discuss with you today Jasmine's favorite show, kind of become one of my favorite shows, Married at First Sight. Married at First Sight. Thank you to everybody that is here, that's watching us on YouTube. If you're listening on Station Head, or if you're watching live with us on Instagram right now. Today, we are going to be discussing episode 10 of this wonderful show. Episode 10, which was titled Dealbreakers. Dealbreakers. So they've been married for 3 weeks.
Yep.
Right, 3 weeks. I'm not sure how much time is left till decision day, but it's about that time. So the Dealbreakers episode, we discussed a lot of.
I don't think we should start yet. We gotta wait.
You don't think we should start?
We gotta wait.
Why we gotta wait?
Because I can't see who's in here.
Oh, shout out to Danny Jeff that's in here. Shout out to Zion that's in here with us right now. But okay, we live though.
Okay,
we live.
Do it, then, I guess.
We live. They go, if everybody that missed it, they can watch it. So yeah, we were talking about the deal breakers. Deal breakers meaning, obviously, if you don't know what a deal breaker is, anything in the relationship that would cause you to leave the relationship. Now, I feel like there was a few things within this episode that were very important for people to pay attention to. Definitely sound like, nah, it's just me. Last episode we talked about opening up is hard to do was the name of the episode. So it was I guess an example of them seeing things that were hard to do. But what was the deal breakers this episode? What happened?
All types of deal breakers.
All types.
I would say let's start with Bennett and Amelia.
Starting with Bennett and Amelia. All right, cool. What do I have for Bennett and Amelia?
So Bennett is clearly used to a small space, which forces him to be a lot more organized.
Okay.
And Amelia just sounds like she's just not the home type. Like she doesn't. Have we seen her cook? We haven't seen her cook.
I don't think we've seen Amelia do much of anything.
She doesn't clean right. Well, I guess she halfway cleans, which we'll get to that. But Bennett seems like super responsible. He's like, hey, I want to like sit down in a formal meeting and go through chores, which I thought was a good idea. But like, why didn't they do like draw it out of a hat or something
instead of looking at all of them on the table and saying
all of them on the table? And she was like, yeah, I want to answer the door at night. Who's answering the door at night?
That's pretty random. I agree. But
I was like, some of those chores are ridiculous.
If you know, no, I mean, when you look at the couple, look at who it is, something is going to be ridiculous. Is going to be involved in there. You know what I'm saying? So one thing, it wasn't a chore drawing. It was a chore draft. So a drawing they would pick out at random, but a draft is like, I want this one specifically. This one specifically.
Okay, I thought that was a little bit goofy.
What's good, Brennan?
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit goofy.
It was goofy, and of course, she didn't take any of the important looking stuff.
No, she didn't.
It seemed like
she didn't. He said that's a man's job. That's true. Answering the door at night in the middle of the night.
I thought that was interesting that she chose that for real.
I wouldn't answer the door in the middle of the night. Period.
Yeah, like, I don't know why that was.
Why that's an option.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious how they even decided these are the things that need to be done in the house.
He decided that. She doesn't care about it.
He was being nice by having like all that other stuff in there too, because he knew she wasn't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, she picked absolutely nothing important. What did he pick? Dishes, sweeping and mopping, taking the trash out. Basically, all the real cleaning is what he picked. So that was kind of trash.
What you gonna do?
He said that they have different ideas of cleaning because she's kind of messy, and she also. I thought it was interesting that she was like, "We have a mop." Like that tells you that she might be a little bit dirty.
Do you think she's dirty because she has a mop?
If you don't know you have a mop,
she didn't know that.
Yeah, she was like, "We have a mop." He was like, "Yeah, we have a mop." You know, like
it exists.
That's weird to me. I feel like as a woman, and that might be a little bit stereotypical, but as a woman, you should know how to clean, at least basically.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think a big part of what she was trying to get into was definitely because there was some more residency talk in there. She mentioned, I'm probably not even going to be around to do this stuff for real. So I don't know how serious she was taking it. She said,
I didn't really care. I didn't care for how she said that.
Yeah,
because she said it to like the confessional and was like, "Oh yeah, well I'm the breadwinner, so I don't see why I would need to do those things." And I'm just like, that's still a conversation you should have.
That's
because if you like, even if me and you, if one of us makes more money, we still share responsibility 50-50, and we discuss what our responsibilities are. We don't just say, "Oh, well, I make more money." Or I'm paying more bills, so I guess you clean and everything.
Right. Brandon saying that she had a good point. She was like, wait, no, that's what she said. I make the money. I thought he'd take care of the house because that's his job. So
but they should have had a conversation about it.
Sorry.
She didn't communicate that. Yeah. That's the issue.
I do agree that to an extent, yeah, certain things should be a man's job. But yeah, if they didn't talk about it beforehand, and again, she was just like, she kind of makes it seem like I'm not gonna be here for this anyway. And she also stated that I can't see us doing this for the rest of our lives, which I feel like in total that draft was kind of silly, just a little bit. And Tony is saying she probably didn't look to see what they have. Like I said, did Bennett come up with those? He came up with all those by himself?
Yeah. I think that if he's a stay-at-home husband, I'm all about communication. So it does not matter like who works more, who has an opposite schedule. I'm like, Vince will work at night and I'll work during the day, and I still will be like, hey, I need you to chop this food up for me to cook for us. I need you, like, it's based on who has the time to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, and I understand what y'all saying about him being a stay-at-home husband, but this is a new relationship. You still need to communicate those things.
That's right.
That's her expectation. And the fact that I didn't like that she just assumed it and would never said it to him, you know? So then it looks like she's like, yeah, I don't want to do nothing. If you don't want to do nothing, tell him.
And he did agree. He did agree to that stuff as well. So I thought that was something. But we know Bennett is going to agree to anything. Anything that's placed in front of him, Bennett is going to agree.
I think he's the perfect house husband, seriously.
Hey, what do you think?
Bennett is welcome anytime in my house.
He does his thing, man. He knows what he's doing. I mean,
he cooks.
He cooks.
He cleans, you know.
Yeah, but one thing again about the man doing everything, she definitely mentioned that they probably wouldn't even get to any of that stuff until everything in the house was a mess. And I thought that was a little trippy.
That's scary.
It's a little scary.
Especially if you're busy, like, you should want to be organized. That's when you don't have as much time to be, like, you know, just running. Right. Dealing with disorganization.
Shout out to Sharon in the building. What's up, Sharon? No gender discrimination. Everybody's got unified goals.
Yeah, if you're an adult, you should know how to do. You don't have to be the best at it, but you should know how to take care of things.
Right on.
All right, so moving on to Miles and Karen. It basically starts where they had their argument about him writing "sex with my wife" on the calendar, and they slept apart. She stayed at her apartment.
She didn't feel safe. Let me know how y'all feel about that. We already talked last week about, we thought it was trife last week when Miles had taken the liberty of just putting "sex with my wife" on the calendar like it was a chore almost.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That was not
but yeah, he got upset. He said his anxiety is up because she spent the night at her place.
But it seems like she didn't communicate that. That's the other thing. Like, he said, yeah, she didn't stay here last night. So I don't know if he knew that she was staying at her house or if it was just like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
But I can understand. I'm on Karen's side this time. Because
you don't feel safe.
Because
I agree with that part.
I understand where she's coming from, because it's one thing, like, she's not obligated. your body does not belong to her. Like, her body does not belong to him because they're married. Like, a woman has to give you access to her body. And I feel like a man has to give you access to his body. Clearly, he's willing to give her access. Zion should not be listening to this.
Yeah. But Brandon's saying he sounded like, exactly, he sounded like dude trying to convince to lose. He sounded specifically like a high school guy trying to convince his girl to lose her virginity. And again, you can't argue that she was right in that case, because he knows. We'll talk about it later in the episode, but he knows that she's moving slow, and he knows that he has to address her in I would say a certain type of way. But the biggest point that Karen made, which I thought was super valid, was we just had our first kiss. Where is this sex talk coming from? Like, what is really happening right now? So I understand him wanting to speed up. I understand him wanting to take it to a next level to increase the intimacy, but like everything within time.
Man. It doesn't just jump. You don't just jump from kissing your new husband that you just met 3 weeks ago to jumping to, talking about sex. I could see that, but like, I think he was a little bit more pushy than she was comfortable with. And you can read that. You could tell she wasn't comfortable with it because she said it. She's communicating in the way that she should. Like, she's saying, "Hey, like, we just kissed. I'm not comfortable discussing that.
It's not happening."
Of course, what woman or man doesn't enjoy sex in the confines of a relationship that they're confident in and comfortable in?
That's right.
Like, that's just common sense. But he was pushing it. So I was on the internet, and the people on the internet are on Miles's side.
What was the internet
A lot of
saying?
people, I was surprised. They were saying that, like, she is sending him mixed signals. But I feel like there's no mixed signal when a woman says, "No, I don't want to have sex with you."
Okay.
And that's any human's right to say that. Or, "I don't want to talk about sex with you."
And again, I agree. Suntan Superman letting us know. Yeah, I do think that it was right to voice his opinion. It was right to let her know that was a concern. But the execution was not good. It was trash, man. It was trash.
I feel like that's the second time his execution been a little bit off.
You could blame it on his age. I don't know.
I try not to blame it on age.
She does, though. She definitely does.
So she said that, like, he says that they thought that they were being more he thought they were being more affectionate. So he thought that was the next step to discuss intimacy and sex, which I get that. Just don't push a conversation, sir. Just let it be. And people were on the internet were also saying that, like, Karen was taking jabs too, because when he said, "Oh, sex with my wife," she said, "Oh, Miles gets an appointment to give himself a hand job," which I think he deserved that for writing that.
That was a good comeback. I liked it.
I thought it was a great comeback, and I think it let him know that, like, you crossing the line right now.
That's right.
That's the only issue. There's nothing wrong with discussing it. It's not age, but I think he tries to be humorous.
He does.
He pushes jokes too far.
It's part of who he is. It's part of who he is. And sometimes, like you said, sometimes he pushes it too far. He just has to be better at gauging the room, I guess, before making these kind of statements.
Like, it's two things you don't mess with a woman about: her sexuality and her age. So you call her a cougar on the honeymoon. Now you pushing sex. Come on, bro. Like,
get it together, Miles. Look at your man Woody, man. Look at your man Woody. He's doing it right.
Woody in the doghouse a little bit too, because he don't know what to say. He always telling his wife she can't do something.
Come on, just because she looked like a burger.
A burger. All right, so moving on to Wumani. Woody is a morning person, apparently, and kind of messy.
Woody wakes up at 6 a.m.
and he's just up and ready.
And she's usually up late watching movies, apparently. She's up to like 9. I don't know if you consider 9 late. But yeah.
9 is not late.
She's up watching movies and stuff like that. I can kind of relate to that as well, just because I get up early because my biological clock wakes me up early for the most part, and Jazz always wants to hang out and watch some TV and stuff like that, or shows like this,
Vince will be asleep. It don't matter what movie you put on. Every time we go to a movie theater or we watch a movie at home, he's asleep, wasting my money. wasting my money at AMC.
What?
But we don't go to the movie theater.
Stop it. I was going to say, we haven't been to a movie.
But the last time we went to the movie theater, he was asleep.
That was one time.
It's been more than one time. Anyway, so also with this scene, I thought it was interesting that was the first time that coronavirus comes up. Finally. And Woody was like, oh yeah, it's probably just like the flu. A
strong flu, I think he called
flu
it.
Is what he said.
Even though
everybody been coughing.
Bennett definitely had it. Bennett definitely had it. They're not gonna talk about it, but Bennett definitely had it. That was the first mention of coronavirus in the show. And I think what was it? Amani was trying to buy hand sanitizer. She was like, it's on back order right now. Now
it's still on back order.
Still. So the big conversation that they had, you know what I'm saying? The big conversation that they had was that Amani don't believe in whoopings. Let us know how you feel about this. Sharon, you still in here?
How do you feel about whoopings, people? Like,
how you feel about whoopings?
I thought it was a black rite of passage, and it sounds bad because when I think whoopings, I think slavery.
I thought so too,
and I feel like maybe
that sounds bad.
It sounds bad, but seriously, if you're conditioned, our ancestors were conditioned to expect that. So also, and I think it's interesting that they say spare the rod, spoil the child, because I'm pretty sure that the master was using that.
Who said that?
That's in the Bible.
My bad.
I'm pretty sure they were using that, like probably reading the Bible while beating people, because they use, religion to try to control slaves.
Most likely.
So I just think that it might be a generational thing, and we're not, as Black people, we don't necessarily realize that that's maybe where it stemmed from. I don't know if before we got taken from the motherland, if we was whooping our kids. I don't know. It
might have been a little bit of whoopings here and there, but yeah, I could agree with that. As somebody that got a lot of whoopings growing up, I wasn't a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? I might have just been a little bit of hard headed. You can ask my father, who did most of it. He wasn't
focused.
I wasn't a bad kid.
The same way he is now.
I'm still not focused to this day. You know what I'm saying? But my brother didn't get whoopings that much. My brother had straight A's. My brother is a doctor of physical therapy now. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Maybe it worked out. Maybe I was a good example for him. You know what I'm saying? So he knew what to do. But the point that Amani brought out was like, oh, would you whoop your students? Referring to Woody and the kids that he works with on an everyday basis. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's acceptable to put your hands on somebody else's kids.
It's not. That's illegal.
I think we talk about our kids, not your.
I feel like both of them like to use extreme examples every time they disagree with each other.
I agree.
It's so funny to me. I'm like, why you go so left field? No, you know damn well you can't beat the students. Like, so what I said was, this is not about me. This is about them. Woody said he got beat every day, basically, but he was always doing something. I think that
he seems like the type too. I get it. He was a character.
As a child, you need like 3 good ass whoopings just to remember. You know what? My parents will jack me up, and I should not be doing this. You just need 3.
Definitely some teachers that wanted to whoop us at some point.
I had a teacher, my 5th grade teacher, Miss Nyholm, who I did not like, and I'm pretty sure she was racist. Yes, I said it.
What if she's watching?
I don't care. Didn't like you. Okay. She, I heard that she had got charges because she snatched up a kid like the year after I left.
Ooh.
I'm like, that's what you get. I knew it.
You. But it would have been the wrong one.
It would have been the wrong one. They don't want those problems.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So she said she will get a divorce if he whoops their kids. I thought that was interesting.
I thought that was extreme. Again, I feel like that's just her like testing him and messing with him and stuff like that. Because these conversations, they seem like they're getting heated. Well, from the editing, but really,
they're not really that heated.
That's just how she talks clearly, and he's just like having to roll with it. But I thought that was a little bit extreme.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, 3 good butt whoopings.
3 good ones.
Just 3. But not abusive, you know. She said she thought it was corporal punishment. I was like, all right, now. All right.
I want to know what her butt whoopings was like.
She didn't have none. She said that.
Did she say she never got hit?
She's never gotten hit.
Oh, so I missed that because I wanted to know what hers was like. Because I'm
had none.
I'm like,
that's why.
Maybe if she's seen somebody get like dragged, I get it. I've been beat with all types of stuff like plants, hangers, spatulas, forks, plant pots, cartons of milk. I've been beat with everything. So I could see if hers was like bad, that she's like, oh, I don't want to do nothing like that.
Yeah. So
not to my kids.
I didn't get too much, but I saw Olivia and Brett went rock climbing because Brett enjoys doing that. Apparently,
yeah, I had that. I put like as like outings, but I thought other couples were going to do outings. So yeah, moving on to Olivia and Brett, they went rock climbing. Wasn't nothing really that happened. If y'all have something interesting in there, that yes, cartons of milk. If y'all, the full gallon, full gallon. Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, they went rock climbing. I always thought that it was good that they had time to spend together. But yeah, there wasn't nothing that we got out of Brett and Olivia rock climbing.
I thought it was funny that Olivia had that whole harness on. She was like, "Is it that time to say I gotta pee?" Because that's something that would happen to me.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Brett and Olivia in a little bit.
So we didn't discuss Karen and Miles. Oh yeah, so Karen and Miles. Karen comes back to the apartment and they finally talk. And she was like, "Yeah, I want to talk to you real quick." And he was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He looked so sad.
It was weird because he was coming out of his like anxiety funk. So again, not to make fun of mental health issues, but because his wife left him, he was feeling a certain type of way. So I'm just glad that they reconciled, and she let him know at that point that she didn't feel safe.
I feel like she communicated very directly and very, very well. Like,
that's good.
Again, the internet was saying that she kind of like was emotionally manipulating him to take the whole like rap, like it was all his fault. Which, from my perspective, I don't really believe in fault. I believe in resolution.
Okay,
but I feel like he kind of pushed things too far to make it into a situation where there was a disagreement.
There we go.
So I guess in that term, it was his fault. But he took responsibility. It was a good conversation. And she also said that she would like to get closer. So I appreciated that. And I'm starting to see signs of growth in Karen. And she's growing on me.
She's growing, guys. She's growing.
So my favorite part, the couples hung out.
Let's
got crawfish.
Let's talk about it.
Who we had? We had Henry and Christina. We had Olivia and Brett. And we had Wu Mani. So Woody is a professional crawfish eater. I assume everybody from New Orleans is, but that's like saying everybody that's from Maryland or DC is a professional crab eater. Like you should know how to. I'm just saying. I
forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Olivia. It might have been Olivia. She was like, "Oh yeah, I don't even know how to eat this." He was like, "Oh, you got to split it open, break the tail, cut it in half, and then suck out the what?" Yo, he was on his game with the crawfish, but again. You should be if you're from New Orleans.
So what did I wrote down that Olivia and Brett, like the host Wu Mani,
yes,
are asking the questions
because Wu Mani's always going to be the one hosting.
They were asking like, how's everything going, and all the couples were like, yeah, they're liking each other more. But then I feel like Olivia and Brett are really saving face. Like Brett still has that ugly face that.
So yeah, I thought it was
Olivia's just saying whatever he's saying, I feel like. So she doesn't want to cause any rifts, is what I'm gathering.
That is a good point. That's a great point that I did notice. I noticed that he kind of like, and then she just kind of usually agrees with him, I feel like.
Yeah, everything is good.
But yeah, when she asked is the like increasing, Brett did say yeah. I don't know what else she
We're
had
not
to say.
seeing it, though. It's not coming across through the camera that the like is increasing.
They're hanging out still.
It's not, it's never been like they don't like each other. It's just like, I'm not feeling the connection and the vibe from them. Like there's not that spark, because there's plenty of people on Earth that you are technically on paper compatible with, but that doesn't mean there's a spark, and that's what I think it is with them.
Brandon's holding his comments till we talk about the end. Okay, we'll get there.
So then
I got Woody says Henry and Christina seem way happier than usual.
They did seem until
how do y'all just in that instance right there, did they seem a little bit happy?
We all know that Henry is okay. Christina,
we know what's going on behind the scenes because we watching the show, obviously.
Christina seemed a lot more calm. I don't know how long she's been taking her medicine and stuff, but even her facial expression seemed more calm to me.
I couldn't put a finger on it.
Because normally she's like making all these faces.
You're absolutely right. Maybe she's back on her meds. She definitely She definitely, Brent, are you agreeing also? I definitely feel like her face, again, her expressions were just like more toned down than usual. Like she was less reactionary, I feel
But
like.
we already know how Henry is when he gets in a group setting. He's always very sociable. Like, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, especially if there's food.
And some wine. Come on. So Christina says that is telling the group like that they went golfing and he took her like for salsa lessons, and I'm like, they're seeming to be more comfortable with each other.
She says
Henry says I took her to salsa and her dancing was sexy.
He thought she was sexy. He thought she was sexy.
What?
I thought he had mentioned that before, but I guess not. But apparently everybody's saying that he hasn't.
He did not
said that before. She also said that she's slowly starting to realize that she likes him. And I thought that was
liking him the whole time.
I thought that was sweet. I thought that was really sweet.
I think Henry's a hard guy not to like. He's like almost a perfect husband if he would talk more. Like if he was more like you, I guess.
Definitely a different definitely a little bit of a different vibe between them, I agree.
So Amani takes the initiative because she's a host. She's the host.
Come on, host.
So pull Henry aside and get a little kiki in. Like, so she asked, how do you feel about affection or whatever? She's basically trying to beat around the bush a little bit to see like if y'all are doing better, are y'all kissing? What's going on? So he basically came out and was like, yeah, like right now we're doing pretty good. It's been pretty good lately, but he's turned off by the impatience and rudeness, particularly with production. And
did he say 0% chance of hope?
He said it's a deal breaker. There's no hope if she doesn't resolve the impatience. And I was like, wow.
We was this close, man. We was this close. Again, them in a group setting was different. And that, again, we'll talk about it, but that was her beef. Like, why are you saying all this to Amani, but in the group, we kikiing, we chilling, we drinking,
Yeah, but then when the girls went to chat, Amani told Christina everything that
what she thought she was going to tell her,
and
girl?
Christina played the victim to me. She said, oh, so he's never communicated that to me and telling you that it's a deal breaker. He may not have said, oh, the sexy comment to her, but he has said more than once that he does not like the impatience. So to me, if somebody keeps saying it to you, it's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't have to say deal breaker, impatience. If I'm telling you that's my only issue with you, that's clearly a deal breaker.
That's definitely something he's mentioned before. But I don't know, aside from the medication, I don't know if there's anything that she's done to try to.
He's saying she runs her mouth too much. Who
Christina,
runs her mouth too much?
Like you said she was playing the victim. She was just started launching out everything. Like,
I was not feeling her. She definitely is trying to play the victim. And then that whole conversation they had, was it the last time or this time? She was like, I can be the bad guy. Da, 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 da. Like, she wants to get roughed up. She wants a thug is what she wants.
She wants a thug.
She wants somebody that's going to fight with her. And nobody has time for that, okay?
We ain't got time.
So moving on to the other couples date. So Miles and Karen and Bennett and Amelia had a double date at the park to play bocce ball, which I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Some bocce ball. I thought the bocce ball conversation was interesting, mainly because nobody really knows what bocce ball is. So I thought that was interesting. But
I ain't never heard of this.
But somehow they turned it into something. That's something that Karen and Miles are always gonna give Amelia and Bennett credit for, because they make something interesting.
They know all the weird shit that I've never heard of. Right? Like,
it's Italian, apparently. Bocce. Look, even Tony knows how to spell it. Look
at that. See, I spelled it Bachi.
I put Bochee with a question mark.
That's hilarious. So,
I've heard of it, though, before.
So Bennett decides to play the game, and he was like, yeah, let's put bets on kisses, and you can request a kiss wherever you want. I'm like, Bennett is the bro. He is helping Miles out.
Come on, Bennett. Hook it up.
So Karen said that she's not into PDA, but she's trying to be more affectionate. And
was it petty for her to say that out loud?
I don't think. Did she say
it out loud, or was that in the little confession?
I think it was the confession.
All right.
So anyway, they are kissing foreheads, kneecaps, forearms, belly buttons, noses, all super weird places, but they were having fun, so I wasn't mad. And then Bennett got Miles a kiss on the lips. Okay.
Let's get it.
Bennett was like, Miles, you're welcome. I'm like.
So the belly button, was it did somebody get? She got kissed on the nose. Also, you said. Yep.
Yeah, all types of stuff.
I thought it was funny that Miles goes after he wins the bocce ball game. He goes, "Any preference, audience?" Like, come on, you know you want this kiss, bro. Bennett's sitting there like, you could guess, I guess a regular kiss. Like, so yeah, so he goes, "Oh, you ready for this?" And at that point, I could tell that she kind of hates him a little bit. Is that bad?
I think she thinks he be doing the most.
That's a good point.
He's Vince. It's hard. Okay, so you be doing a lot, but that's just how your personality is, and it takes a while to get used to. Because sometimes when people do that, like how she's like, is he being authentic and really himself?
Yeah.
It takes a while
for
people to realize that that's how you really are. That's who you really are.
He's
all
being
the time.
Playful with his ponytail.
Man, listen, Bennett is that guy.
Yo,
okay, if I ever see Bennett in New Orleans, I'm gonna buy him a drink.
Okay, no, facts. I think
just to have a conversation.
I think the best. Brandon definitely wants to hang out with Bennett too. I'd hang out with Bennett and Amelia. I thought the best part of that, after the kiss took place, they sat there like they was watching a play. They sat there and did the little poetry snaps. I was like, I guess that's what is required for that. I thought that was interesting.
Okay, so moving on to Henry and Christina.
Back to the crib, baby. Back to the crib.
They're talking after their group outing, and she's asking him. So basically, she did a what all women do when they about to see if they man gonna lie.
What's that?
She asked him, "So what did y'all talk about?" Even though she knew everything they already talked about. And Henry straight up was honest. Like he was like, "Yeah, we talked about your impatience. I did bring it up." So what? Kombucha on you. Okay. I don't know what that means.
I missed the kombucha spot. Oh, kombucha on you. On funny. You.
That's funny. So she's saying that he's not being authentic because he doesn't tell her what he's thinking. But I feel like she knows what he's thinking for the most part.
We're talking about
Henry
and Christina still, yeah. Something that I hate when she does, she asks him, this is like the third time or 3 episodes in a row where she's asked him something along the lines of, is this even something you're willing to work on? Like, do you really want this? And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not, I think this is something I'm definitely willing to work on. So like Henry is still in it. Obviously, it's just your impatience, B. That's all we want.
But she was exhibiting the same thing then. Like she was asking questions and cutting him off while he was answering.
Come on.
And she was basically demanding an immediate answer, which is a very dangerous game to play,
especially with Henry,
when you're in a relationship. Because I'm gonna tell you, no. Do you want to be with me? No. Since you're pushing it, like obviously he wants to be there and try to work things out. She's not secure. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, definitely not.
She needs to be told all the time. Like, I feel like Henry is a pretty steady person. He doesn't like change his emotions as often as she does. Mm-hmm. And I feel like like she said, she's used to somebody like, oh my God, you're so gorgeous. But clearly that's not a genuine person. They just wanted something from you.
Right. So
Henry being a stable person, that's like, I feel like Henry has a lot of confidence. I'm starting to see it come out more.
A little bit, yeah.
And she's like, that's what she's attracted to.
He's comfortable with all the people that he's been around for the most part, though. I think
Henry is a dope guy. Like, she's super insecure, obviously. So anyway, she said, do you even see a future with me? He's like, well, if I had to make a decision right now,
I'm watching.
No.
Yeah,
but I want to try to work it out.
I thought that was important because again, that's something that you like. You're not necessarily feeling in the moment, especially if you're gonna keep asking me about it. You know what I'm saying? But we stuck here. We gotta go through this. I hope Aunt Chris likes it. What's up, Annika?
I don't like that she was pressuring him. Like she's consistently pressuring him. It's a little bit annoying. And I don't think that it's healthy. So moving on to Miles and Karen, they're discussing their outing and they're talking about how they're married, but they don't like know basic information about each other. Like stuff you would know, the favorite color, shoe size.
I don't know my wife's favorite color. That's crazy.
Birthmark. What's my favorite color?
Purple.
Okay, good job. What's my shoe size?
9.
Okay. You asked about that yesterday.
I did. I asked her that last night. I knew it was a 9 already, but you know.
She also admits that she likes snuggling with him. I think that she just wants to give him a hard time, is what I'm gathering. Because
really,
I'm kind of like that.
I get
when I first meet a guy, like even with you, yeah. When I first met you, I would be like, I like you, but I still want to give you a little bit of hard time because I want you to work for this. You got to put in some work, okay?
I get it.
So yeah, get into it.
It's only been 3 weeks again. So
it's been 3 years and then some.
Talking about for them.
Oh, okay.
For them, but yeah.
Got it.
For them.
So ring sizes.
I got that too.
Come on. So Miles and Woody, this was a good scene. They probably met at the barbershop.
I was so like bothered that they didn't show them like hanging out together, and I'm like, these guys are best friends. They spend so much time away from each other,
and they live in the same building. That's the other thing that doesn't make sense.
That's another thing. That's another thing. But I really think that they're probably just trying to keep them away from each other so they don't do the constant like comparing and stuff like that.
I get it, but if I lived in the building with my best friend and his wife, we're gonna randomly have dinner. We're gonna have, we about to watch a movie. Y'all trying to come up with some wine?
Exactly.
That's normal stuff.
But they have to work on their relationships first.
I get it. So Miles is telling Woody that Karen didn't come home because he tried to talk about sex. And I wrote, boys love to tell half stories.
What was he missing? That he did
that he wrote sex with my wife on the calendar. I'm pretty sure Woody would have been like, bro, you took it a little too far.
Because Woody is very truthful. Really, Woody is very real with his mans. So I think he would have corrected him in that situation.
Yeah, why did he tell half of the story?
Because
I didn't like. I didn't like that.
He felt bad about it.
I feel like you're trying to get somebody to just be on your side. If I cussed you out, I'm gonna tell my friends I cussed you out too. Yeah. Like, tell all of it. Because you can't get authentic feedback on what you're doing wrong if you're not giving the full story to your friends, especially if this is your best friend.
Yeah. I'm glad that he told him that, but I think he should have told the full story, like you said. I don't know who the barber was that was enjoying the conversation too, but I think the
barber normally jumps in conversations, right? When you at the barbershop.
I thought I ain't been a barbershop, but the best part of this whole like interaction was that Woody,
because he didn't want to be held accountable. That's exactly why men don't tell the full truth.
You got to place the blame somewhere. You got to place the blame so that you don't look like the bad one. But I think the hilarious part about this conversation, Woody and Miles both agree. They said if they had to put a bet on who would say that they loved their wife first, till this day, Woody says it definitely would have been Miles, and Miles agrees. Who would have known?
Yeah, but Miles said if he told Karen that, she would dip.
She's out.
And I could see her. She'd be like, all right, he's crazy. He's straight up crazy.
Nah, his cleanup was definitely clean as hell. Too.
So Woody said that he would not be cool with his wife not coming home. He would have blew her phone up.
Yeah.
And that's
we could see that too, because remember he said he was texting her that day that she was cooking for him, remember? He's like, girl, that's why you wasn't answering my texts.
Yeah.
Slick.
Yeah, so Woody did voice some concerns that I understand. He said that he's concerned that Miles will compromise and move at her pace so much that he won't get what he needs out of the relationship, and then that'll just be it. And I'm like, that's exactly what it seems like.
I agree.
But it's only been 3 weeks, so everybody's not going to be on Woody and Amani's case.
But we only got at least like 3 and a few more weeks after this. So again, everybody's not going to be on Woody and Amani's case. But I do think that Woody knows his mans well enough to know that like he is emotional. He does want a certain amount of like affection and reciprocation in a relationship. And if he's not getting that, he's going to start to drift off into a dark place, which is what it looks like is happening when he's not getting the amount of love that he wants. So the stuff that he's done has been a little bit immature, but it has to be, cohesive on both sides. She has to give a little bit. She has to give.
But he already said
he would put her first.
Yeah. But Brandon has a good point though. He's saying when you effed up, you got to give her some space. And that goes either way. Even if y'all just having an intense like argument, you got to just have space. But
In
what
the
I
chat,
don't
though.
get is they have 2-bedroom apartments.
Yeah.
They always give them 2-bedroom apartments.
I wasn't all the way sure about that. Do y'all think that he should have texted her like Woody said? You think he should have not blown her phone up, but you think he should have like checked on her?
You should have been like, please let me know that you're at home safe or whatever, and hopefully we can discuss this tomorrow. I think that's adult to say.
Apology, maybe.
And you're the husband. You're supposed to protect and serve. You the police.
That's right.
The good police. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you supposed to make sure that your wife is safe. And if she wasn't feeling safe, which is why she left. That's right. But you still supposed to make sure that she's in the house or whatever. Even if she don't text you back, I would still reach out.
Yeah. A big thing that Miles said.
He should have sent something.
Yeah, something.
He should have had some flowers ready.
He knows how she operates. So a thing that he said, he's like, well, she likes to take it slow. And Woody, I guess, understood what he was saying by slow, by like, oh, like real slow. Okay. Because clearly Woody is not taking stuff slow. Clearly. Yo, you good?
Yeah, exactly. So moving on to Bennett and Amelia. Bennett is cooking an appreciation dinner because he was sick and Amelia took care of him.
She took care of him. He adores her. He said that before.
Yeah.
You know, a little.
He said he's close to his melting point with her.
Aww.
I was like, come on, melting point.
I don't know what that tasted like or what it really was doing, but the soybeans with the peanut sauce and a little.
He made tofu with peanut sauce and roasted asparagus.
Tofu.
It looks good.
It looked like it was hot.
You know, I'm not into tofu, but it looks like it had some flavors and some tastes that might be good.
Tony said Karen's on that snail paste. You know what I'm saying?
Snail's paste. It's nothing wrong with that. It's only been 3 weeks. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it. If I was in this situation, I would not have sex until after we made it through the whole experiment, probably.
And there's people that do that.
I think that it's a good idea. So moving back to Bennett and Amelia. So he has a surprise for her.
What is he going to give her?
He has weird costumed friends.
Was that the surprise?
Yes, they came and sung.
He said, I have some friends coming over. His friends came upstairs. I thought it was her friends at first, the way that she was hugging on them.
Yeah.
But when I saw these costumes, bruh, I was like, I don't know what is happening right now. It's like somebody looked like one of his friends looked like the Virgin Mary. Like, you ever seen like the in the Botanica, like the like ceramic ones, like one of them looked like that, and the other one looked like she had like a ram skull made out of paper mache.
Somebody said that they were dressed like minstrels in medieval times.
I
was like,
it was a lot.
If they made the costume out of duct tape, that's what it would look like.
I think the best thing about them, and this might have to go into my ratings this week also. Best thing about them is that she never thinks any of his shit is weird. Like, I'm like, how do you just, what's up? Like, no. Like, if I see that at my door.
They look weird as hell, but they sound good. The song sounded good.
His creep ass friends. But yeah. So that was the point of them coming up there. And I'm like, wow, they really came up here just for this song and that was it? Like, but no, they really came up there just for that song. I was like, all right, guys, bye. I typed some of the words from the song. Darling, you're the sweetest thing I've known in quite a while. And I thought that was sweet. She said she got chills. And you know, she
seemed so overwhelmed. I thought she was gonna cry.
She looked like she was on the verge of a tear, just one tear. But you know, they're both like musical people and they both appreciate stuff like that. So I thought it was nice. He thought it was nice. She loved it. He did a good job. Robin. They had great voices.
I'll tell you later. So, as always, Bennett comes out with the great, deep relationship question.
Can we talk to Bennett's parents again? Can we show his parents? Because I really am curious to know how he was raised and why his questions that he's asking are just so good. Like, 15 people having a sword. Nothing is weird.
That's Tacoma Park. They belong in Tacoma Park.
Nothing is, and you did say that.
If you guys know Tacoma Park, Maryland, out there in YouTube land, Bennett and Amelia belong there.
Are
Okay,
they be having the medieval times and
they
the Dungeons and Dragons?
these are like the hippiest,
live
like
action battles, and
most
stuff.
educated, hippiest, veganish.
That was role models. Y'all remember the movie Role Models?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
That's what they be doing.
Yes, we was talking about that. That's so funny.
I get it now.
So Bennett asks, if you were not getting your emotional needs met, how would you communicate it? I'm like, these good questions.
That was deep, bro. That was deep.
Because that's something that could happen in a relationship easily. So she was like, I would just tell you. And Bennett had me dying because he was like, yeah, I probably just throw a temper tantrum. And I'm like, his sense of humor, everything about Bennett is just amazing. Mm-hmm. He's an amazing individual. He's just, Bennett, if Amelia was as fly as Bennett was, then they would be my favorite couple.
Oh, you think she's not fly? She could use some work.
She's not as dope as Bennett. I'm sorry. We'll come back to that, but yeah, she's very accepting of anything, is what it seems like.
I think so.
So moving on. Cameron and Miles go on a date, and I wrote they did an intimacy yoga massage ? Because I never heard what they were going to be doing. At first, massage. I thought they was going to be meditating when they walked in, and then I was like,
it's a combination of both.
I don't know what this is, but I want to do it.
It's an intimate massage.
Was very nice.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
It was very nice.
They like sat back to back and felt each other's heartbeat and stuff like that. I thought it was sweet. She had to give him a massage. I'm assuming he also gave her a massage and they just didn't show it.
I don't think they did.
I think he had to give her a massage too, right? But
I was like, where is this freaky stuff about to go? As soon as they say, yeah, take the socks off, I was like,
I thought it was going down too. I didn't know how far they were going.
I didn't know what was about to happen.
The fact that she had to start by rubbing his feet, I could tell that she was a little bit tight about that. She's like, oh, that's deep. That's deep. Isn't that Amani's line, I thought?
Apparently that's a New Orleans line.
Oh, okay, that's deep. That's deep. Yeah. I thought that was funny. Luckily she wasn't too like upset by that. Miles, of course, he's going to enjoy this. He looked very relaxed. He looked like he was enjoying the heck out of it. So I'm glad. I think also it was a big step. She doesn't do PDA in general. Not that it was like a lot of people out there, but to touch him, to like rub him down and stuff, and like appreciate him, like come on, man, it's nice. It's good stuff.
Yeah, that was great. She said that she's attracted to him and she wants more physical intimacy with her husband. Miles thoroughly enjoyed this. He was moaning and everything the whole time. And I was like, I was a little bit concerned because I know that he's not had any sexual stimulation.
Yo.
And I was like, laying on your back, getting rubbed down could cause some problems. But luckily, the producers didn't show none of those problems.
Big effort points. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so that was pretty dope.
Did she say
she cupped his butt? I didn't see that.
She did.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised he didn't say nothing about it when it happened.
Cupping booties?
She did. She was rubbing his back, and then she spent like some extra time on the cheekage area. But she's definitely she mentioned she's definitely attracted to him and also wants to be affectionate. But obviously, it's going to take some time.
Okay, so moving on to Brett and Olivia. Brett pissed me off.
He probably did.
He definitely did. Brett pissed me off this week. As always, I can always count on him.
Your man's Brett. Talk about it.
So Olivia I guess she goes to trivia often with her friends, and I think her cousin was there as well.
They went to dine. I thought they were going to dance and stuff like that. But
what? Trivia at a bar?
Yeah. Oh, you've never. Oh, you worked in New York City. That's what people do.
I never went with the people that offered me to go with them at my job.
In bars, there's usually like little trivia nights and stuff. I've hosted a couple of them, but
So Brett, as always, anytime Brett is doing something that's different for him or that he hasn't done, does he do that every time? He's a little bitch about stuff.
Does he do that every time now? I agree that he definitely, because
the last time when they went to see the Gators, he was like, "Oh, lame dates," so like he says. Did. He just seems ungrateful to me. Like
I'm glad Brandon is on both sides. Yeah, I think for the sake of sportsmanship and being cool with everybody there.
If there was a negativity to positivity meter, he's always on negativity.
He definitely ruined it, but it was weird as hell. Now again, as somebody that's hosted trivia nights, in Brett's defense, None of those questions were trivia. There weren't any questions that were trivia. And matter of fact, I just was hosting trivia all day today. Trivia is usually random questions that could be about absolutely anything, but it was more of like brain puzzles or something like that.
It was some goofy shit.
It was goofy.
Agree.
It was goofy.
It was goofy, but the issue is we went to do what you like to do, and I'm inviting you. It's not like it was just them two.
Yeah.
Like if you my man and I invite you out with my friends that I hang out with, my family, you better have the biggest smile on your face.
Yeah.
If you bored and you don't like it, you better go talk to the other guys over there and do that, like, but he just seemed like he was bothered to be there. Like, we're wasting his time.
I feel like, damn it, Brandon. I feel like my heart right now. I feel like her friends were trying to like, I don't know if they were like egging him on.
No,
or if
I feel like they were just like, hey, what do you think?
No, what do you think, Brett? Like, don't ask me every question. What do you think? Like, don't ask me every single question because I don't think anything about this right now. He was clearly upset, but he went out his way to state like, this isn't trivia. This is not trivia. Trivia is questions. This is patently ridiculous. That's the words that he used. Patently ridiculous. I'm like,
why is he so over the top with the stuff?
Because that's the thing. Because they were
he
like,
was yawning. He was watching like something on TV. He was like, I've never watched commercials so much.
It was like, it's trivia night.
You're doing too much.
It's trivia night. It's trivia night. But it gets to it. It gets to it. Like, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'll just wait till it gets to it. But
I feel like Olivia was embarrassed. I would have been embarrassed if
for
that
anybody.
Happened.
Just throw an answer out there. Just throw something out there just to get them off your back. I would say, but for real, that was not trivia. I don't even remember what it was. Was it like they played like a song or
what did they say? They said like Golden Girls and the house something. Betty White House. I was confused. I didn't understand.
It was like a mashup type thing, and I've done that too in the middle of trivia games that I've played. But again, trivia is questions, so who knows? Oh yeah, asking about commercials and stuff. It was like he's like, I don't even watch TV. Like he was over it. He was beyond over it, yo.
Yeah, but I probably don't want to rock climb. But your wife got up there and rock climbed with your ass while she had to pee.
Come on.
Like. I think Brett is all about what Brett wants. Brett and Olivia only have cats in common.
Let's get it.
I said it.
That's it.
Ain't nothing gonna change.
Oh, I forgot to talk about their cat. What was the cat's name? I wrote it down.
I forgot. But that cat was huge.
Tyrion is the name of the cat. That big old cat hopped on the bed looking like one of the Thundercats. She's like, oh, hi. Like, she was, I'm like, is there another person in the room? Who is she talking to? Big ass cat hop on the bed. Crazy. Tyrion.
I'm sorry. No pets in the bed. That's out.
Jasmine doesn't understand that. If you have a pet, it's going to get in the bed.
No.
I thought that was funny.
It's going to get a whooping.
No pets in it. Oh, you're going to whoop the. Oh, I'm calling Peter.
It's going to get a whooping.
I'm calling Peter.
You do not get in my bed. That's out.
Come on.
Okay. Did he say thyroid?
Or something.
Or Taco Bell? I thought he said he liked Taco Bell, but I didn't think that was the cat's name. The cat's name was Taco Bell?
The other cat is named Taco Bell because he has two, right?
I'm dead. All right, so moving on to better couples.
Better couples.
So
we're almost done, guys.
Wumani had a little date night. They was looking cute. I miss date night. So he asked, does the fact that I say I love you put unnecessary tension on you?
Now, before we get to that, why did he ask that question?
Because the conversation he had with Miles.
Exactly. Look at Karen trying to mess up other people's relationships unintentionally, man. Come on, man. Now you got Wumani looking at each other like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Come on. But yeah, did she feel pressured? What was her answer?
She said yes, it makes her feel pressure a little bit. She said yes or no, but she said yes because she feels a little bit pressure because she doesn't want him to fall out of love with her because she's not there yet.
She feels the pressure to like keep up the image, I guess, or to keep up the vibe. Everybody's
saying no cats on the bed. Thank you.
Do y'all have cats though?
Cats, dogs, I don't care.
Animals go where they want.
If you got skin,
you can train them, but they're gonna go where they want. That's just how
I'm gonna tell you this. If we get a dog and I keep telling the dog on the floor, that's it, and I come in the house and the dog is on a couch or a bed or something, the dog is getting donated. I'm dead serious.
Guess we're gonna have a dog for a couple weeks then.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just keep going to the place and then just.
I'm not a
play
pet.
with the
I'm not a
dogs.
pet person. Just so y'all know, I don't care about.
Yeah,
animals,
his family cat didn't like him.
I don't need animals in my house. At some point, I probably do want a dog, but for the most part, it's another human, not a human. It's another living being, and it has its own mind, and it's gonna do what it wants until you teach it not to. That's all.
So anyway, back to Wumani.
You gonna train a kid but not a dog?
Yep. She said she wants to make sure that her feelings are valid, and I really identified with that because, like, just because somebody is saying, "Oh, I love you," and you know you may feel like similar feelings, or you think you feel it, you still want to. You don't want to like rush to just say it, so you don't feel like you're leaving them hanging because she's still showing signs and communicating that she likes him and she has feelings for him.
There we go.
So I think as long as she's doing that and she's being open, it's gonna get there. Easily.
I agree. We're running out of time. I want to make sure we get everything in. I'm going to finish on Henry and Christina.
I ain't got nothing for them. I don't care.
He said, I know I can promise to treat you with respect and put forth effort. Again, same as before. I think Henry...
They keep talking about the same shit.
Henry's going to work on it. For Amelia and Bennett, I think something about... they were trying to find things that they were annoyed about.
Bennett had a long ass list ready.
Yeah, but he was trying to find stuff about himself.
But this is the preview for next.
Oh, that was next
yeah,
week?
that
they
was
did all of that in the preview?
Yeah, that was just a preview for next week.
So we'll talk about it next week then. But apparently he thinks that she's too tolerant about certain things. But
she does seem what did he say? She's what is she? I forgot what he said. Something enamored. He said unconditionally enamored.
Unconditionally enamored. Because I think it's just that he's so cool with everything that
he's a great person.
She just has to go along with it. She's like, yo, if that's how you feel, I'm cool with it too, bro. I'm cool with it too. So I don't know. I think it's going to be hard to find like a real issue with them, but something will probably come up.
She don't clean the whole pot. She only cleaned the dirty part and not the other part.
That was something he had beef about.
That's crazy.
I thought that was pretty funny.
I'm telling you, she not clean.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. But before we run out of time and get kicked off of Instagram, like I said, we want to get into these ratings. So now that we have you guys live with us on Instagram and whoever's watching on YouTube, thank you, Sharon. Now, we're going to start with Miles and Karen. Miles and Karen for ratings this week. Out of 10, feel free to drop in the chat how you feeling about the new Week 10, Miles and Karen. Give us some numbers. Where you going with, Jazz?
7.5.
You going with 7.5? That's 0.5 higher than you gave them last week.
Because Karen is pulling her weight this week.
She's pulling her weight.
Despite his foolishness last week.
Okay, all right. I think I agree with the 7.5. I think I gave him a 7 as well last week. I always love when they're not forced, but basically they have to do an exercise that requires them to be close to each other. So the intimacy massage that she was down, she didn't make no fuss about it.
She didn't have to do that.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't, but she didn't make no fuss about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with 7.5 this week as well. I'm looking in the, are we getting kicked off of Instagram? Let me know. I'm looking in the chat to see if you guys have any numbers. They're trying to get us off. All right. Let's see what we got with Amelia and Bennett.
7. Okay. Amelia and Bennett, I'm giving them they still get a 9.
Still a 9?
Yeah.
You gave them a 9 last week. Yes. Oh, Brandon's going with a big 9. Big progress. I appreciate the massaging, giving them some love on that one. I'm gonna jot that down because I thought that was interesting. Amelia and Bennett, we're still going with 9. I gave him a 10 last week. I've been giving him a lot of 10s.
I don't give perfection.
I know. So maybe I'll go with, I don't know. I'm still going with 10 because I feel like their communication is just way up there. They're just so on point. Brandon, I know that's your favorite couple, man. They too dope. And Annika says 8. Interesting. Because we know once that residency conversation comes up again, It's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be an issue. Woody and Amani. What are we looking at?
Did they have any issues this week?
Just
besides him telling her that she can't get divorced because it's a lot of papers.
Right. That's it.
I don't like that he keeps telling her what she can't do.
Ooh, good point.
Yeah, I'm still gonna give them a 9.5.